We're here with another Master Pairings with Dr. Bill.
Hey everyone.
And so, what are we eating and drinking today?
Well, today I thought we'd do a brown ale. There's no bottle in front of us because it's a homebrew brown ale.
Really?
It's quite tasty, but done classically in the American style of a brown ale. It's about 5.4% alcohol.
Okay.
And I think you should try it and see what you think.
Okay.
Brown ales are different from porters, for example, because you don't get many coffee and chocolate notes. What you do get is a lot of caramel. You definitely get nut. That's another good component of it. And then I get a lot of caramel. Sometimes I get mahogany wood. Sometimes I get, if you've ever licked mahogany wood, you know, kind of, I've been doing this for 30 years, so I've kind of tried all these, you know, I can describe beers.
Have you licked mahogany wood?
I'm not saying, but I do know what mahogany wood tastes like in a beer.
No, because
there's dirt. Well, it's really interesting. It's, you know, people use terms like dirt, bramble, rock. So if somebody uses that term and you're not familiar with it, how are you going to know exactly what they're talking about?
Would you go taste a rock?
I would probably wash a rock and then lick it.
I'm serious.
Yeah, seriously.
Too. Yeah.
Seriously. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with expanding your palate and trying all different kinds of foodstuffs.
Right.
Different wines and spirits and beer and picking up all these different flavor characteristics. I get this mahogany, this little bit burnt effect, this caramel.
I can see that.
And nuts are a big component, and I definitely taste the nuts too, and so I think that's very spot on of you. But
it tastes like a very average brown ale to me.
Right, it's a good representation of an American brown ale.
Yeah.
I have some really nice cave-aged Gouda. It's 5 years old.
It's cave-aged.
Cave-aged, yeah. They forgot about it somewhere with rocks around it for 5 years and let it just age appropriately. Whether it's a true cave or a cellar or whatnot, but they call it cave-aged, so I'm assuming. It's a pretty common term, and that's what they used for this particular
I see a lot of crystals. Is that
yeah, try this. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with the age.
Big fan of the crystals.
Brown ales go great with a lot of things. Definitely with the caramel or nuttiness. They go great with aged cheeses. They go great with grilled meats, sausages, different pork. All kinds of pork products go great. Beef, lamb, things
This
like
works
that.
really well with the cheese. It makes makes it really creamy.
Yes, it just
really.
The carbonation adds this, breaks down the creaminess, and it just lets it envelop your whole palate. And so it works really well together, and it's really quite enjoyable. And then I have some very nice baby back ribs. I did a secret spice rub. And then I even put a little red sauce on portion of it, so you can try it both ways.
Awesome.
Because, you know, there's grilling and there's barbecuing.
I'm a fan of the barbecuing with the sauce.
So we can definitely give this a shot and see what you think.
It's got a good amount of spice going on.
Now see what you think with the beer.
It's not too spicy to where it's gonna, you know, be too overwhelming with the beer. The beer adds some sweetness to it.
Definitely.
It works really well. I want to try it with the sauce, actually. Should I just dip it?
Just dip it on.
The sauce is pretty sweet.
Try it with the beer.
I think I like it more with the sauce. The sweetness in the sauce complements the beer more.
Yeah. I think you can't go wrong, basically, with different... I mean, I could do eggs and bacon with this beer, and it would go good.
Really?
Because the pork would bring out this little smoked bacon, a little caramelization that picks up in the pan. Yeah, it just holds up really well. So there's a lot of great different meat products that go with it.
I'm double dipping.
That's okay.
I get it.
It's all right. But yeah, no, I think brown ale, like porter, like amber ales, are these building blocks of the craft beer movement. They're these styles that were really huge in the 80s and 90s, and as we've gone to all these extreme beers, they're kind of semi-forgotten.
Right.
But for pairing with food, they have such a wide palette of food products that you can pair with them that is
Right.
just amazing. I mean, those 3 beers, I can pair so many amazing dishes with.
Brown ales are definitely a very good gateway beer into craft beer. Since they're so they work so well with so many
They're not
flavors.
overly hoppy and bitter. They're not high alcohol. They have flavor profiles that people can recognize. Even though it doesn't taste like a macro beer, it does have characteristics, like you said, nuttiness, things like that, where people are used to eating and they can go, oh, I can see that. I can see nuttiness, caramelization, caramel, different things like that. And I think they can appreciate it. And it's a good way to get them to enjoy a craft beer.
Yeah. Well, this has been another great Master Pairings with Dr. Bill. Cheers.
Cheers.
See you next time.